Освободительное движение Союза Советских Социалистических Республик.
Идите и скажите всем в чужих краях, что Русь жива. Пусть без страха жалуют к нам в гости, но если кто с мечом к нам войдет, от меча и погибнет. На том стоит и стоять будет русская земля.
Отечественная война завершена. Одержана победа, какой еще не знала история.
Раньше буржуазия позволяла себе либеральничать. Отстаивала буржуазно-демократические свободы и тем создавала себе популярность в народе. Теперь от либерализма не осталось и следа.
Бывшим преступником Ельцине!
Мир может вздохнуть спокойно. Коммунистический идол, который сеял повсюду на земле социальную рознь, вражду и беспримерную жестокость, который наводил страх на человеческое сообщество, рухнул. Рухнул навсегда. И я здесь для того, чтобы заверить вас, на нашей земле мы не дадим ему воскреснуть. Господи, благослови Америку.
Переверни его, чтобы он...
Я умоляю боевых товарищей, кто меня слышит, немедленно на помощь к зданию Верховного Совета. Если слышат меня летчики, поднимайте боевые машины. Эта банда засела в Кремле и в Министерстве внутренних дел и оттуда ведет управление. Я умоляю вас, спасайте погибающих людей, спасайте погибающую демократию. Они вчера в Останкино расстреляли более 300 человек. Останкинская площадь вся залита кровью. Это была мирная демонстрация. Кто меня слышит по телевидению и по радио? Оно подконтрольно сегодня ТВ. ТВ подконтрольно и радио Ельцину. Они лгут. Мы не преступники. Мы защищаем тех, кто нашел спасение в этом зале, в этом здании. Мы не преступники, поверьте, мои братья.
Слава великому советскому народу, народу-победителю!
As a result of the military political betrayal by the teams of Gorbachev and Yeltsin, the usual of dividing the Soviet Union into 15 separate corporations was created, each of which doesn't have its own sovereignty. These corporations were not independent and were controlled anonymously from one center. 7 oligarchs were controlling the president. Then the term 7 bankers appeared, criminally violating the laws of the Soviet Union. They did their best to implement the Harvard and Houston projects to destroy the motherland and Slavic people with the help of internal agents and the Fifth Column. As a result of the genocide in the period from 1991 to 2022, the population of RSFSR decreased by more than 50 million people. The most powerful economy in the world was completely plundered by its leadership, and under the influence of distrustful media propaganda and destructive neuro-linguistic programs, the people found solution in drinking alcohol in pursuit of American jeans and Pepsi Cola. The Harvard Project has been successfully completed. Today, hostile corporations within the Union are implementing this scenario of the Houston Project on the genocide of the population of the USSR. Russia was attacked. Russia is dying out at a tremendous pace, and someone has to stop this infernal death machine. We are already on the edge of the abyss, and there is nowhere else to go. Over the last 30 years, the entire world community has been presented with indisputable evidence and mathematical analysis of the informational, economic, human genocide was carried out against the citizens of the USSR. The indestructible union of the free republics Great Russia has rallied forever. Long live the united, mighty Soviet Union created by the will of the people. The USSR has always remained the main founder of the UN, the main member of the UN Security Council. The UN was founded and built with funds from the USSR. There is no one on the earth who can challenge this right. On December 30th, 1991, by the decision of the Congress of Citizens, People's Deputies, the Military People's Council of the USSR was created, which was given a mandate of trust based on the succession of the transfer of all power, legislative, executive, and judicial, throughout the territory of the Soviet Union. The Military People's Council, in accordance with the powers granted, assumes the functions of coordinating the activities of all people's patriotic organizations and movements with the aim of restoring Soviet power throughout the USSR, which will be provided with worldwide assistance and support, carrying out the tasks assigned to him. On April 8, 2018, the People's Military Council decided to create the People's Liberation Movement of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. The People's Liberation Movement of the USSR is the main engine which performs the function of decolonization of the sovereign and legal instrument which combines a wide range of rights, tasks and opportunities for coordinating and restoring all states' authorities. On July 4, 2018, the People's Liberation Movement passed the World Accreditation in the status of the government of the Soviet Union. September 30, 2018, with the aim of restoring a civic lifestyle, cooperation and folk entrepreneurship on the territory of the USSR, free-form capitalism, taxes and duties. The Military People's Council decided to give the international consumer cooperative Light Great Russia the status of People's State Body of the USSR in socio-economic and financial economic spheres. On October 7, 2018, the Military People's Council decided to restore the activities of the Treasury of the Soviet Union and entrust its functions to the International Treasury of the Civil Society Bright Great Russia. On September 23, 2019, the State Bank of the Soviet Union was revived as the SME of the State Bank of the USSR and the RSFSR, having successfully passed accreditation in the United Nations, becoming an organization registered with the General Secretariat in 26 main committees of the UN General Assembly. By the grace of God, all the stolen assets were returned to the balance of the bank, and thus the State Bank of the USSR is the richest systemic financial institution that is ready to begin fulfilling its main tasks. On February 7, 2020, the International Treasury of the Civil Society of the Foreign Intelligence Service was renamed into the International Treasury Monetary One. Over the past few years, Monetary One International Treasury has proposed effective solutions to overcome the global crisis and related implementation programs, such as Sunrise, which is already being implemented around the world. Today, according to all international laws, the Soviet Union exists. It's alive. The People's Liberation Movement calls on you to join the ranks of the liberators of your homeland and restore all the structures that were destroyed by the enemies of the people. Today, the future depends on your choice. Return your homeland and give the future to your children. Become part of the legend.
Народно-освободительное движение Союза Советских Социалистических Республик.